Have you ever stumbled across a name online, a financial service, a bank even, that just felt a little too good to be true? Maybe it promised high returns, easy access, or something else that made your internal alarm bells ring. Today, we're diving deep into one such name that's been circulating, Roger Bank. Is Roger Bank legit? That's the question we're tackling, and trust me, it's a question worth asking. Let's rewind a bit. In today's digital age, the financial landscape is constantly evolving. We've seen the rise of fintech, challenger banks, and a whole host of online financial platforms. This explosion of innovation is fantastic, offering more choice and convenience than ever before. But it also creates fertile ground for, well, let's just say, less scrupulous actors. When a new financial entity pops up, it's natural to be curious. We're bombarded with marketing, social media ads, and sometimes even word-of-mouth recommendations. And in the quest for better returns, easier banking, or simply a smoother financial experience, it's easy to get caught up in the hype. But here's the crucial point: not everything that glitters is gold. And in the world of finance, due diligence is your best friend. So, when the name Roger Bank started circulating, the red flags went up for many. Why? Because in a space where regulation and transparency are paramount, a lack of clear, verifiable information is a major cause for concern. Now, before we jump to conclusions, let's establish a framework. What makes a financial institution legit? Well, several factors come into play. First and foremost, regulation. Is the entity registered and licensed by the appropriate financial authorities? This is the bedrock of trust. In most jurisdictions, banks and financial services providers are subject to stringent regulations designed to protect consumers. Secondly, transparency. Does the entity provide clear information about its ownership, operations, and financial standing? Are their terms and conditions readily available? Are their fees and charges clearly disclosed? A lack of transparency is a huge red flag. Thirdly, security. What measures are in place to protect customer funds and data? Do they employ robust encryption and security protocols? Are they insured against potential losses? In the digital age, security is non-negotiable. Fourthly, customer service and reputation. How responsive and helpful is their customer support? What are other users saying about their experiences? Online reviews and testimonials can provide valuable insights. And finally, a verifiable physical presence. Does the company have a legitimate physical address? Is its contact information easily accessible? In today's era of virtual offices, having a tangible presence, or at least a verifiable one, adds a layer of credibility. So, let's apply these criteria to Roger Bank. What do we find? This is where things get interesting. The search for concrete information about Roger Bank often leads to a maze of vague promises and generic marketing materials. There's a noticeable lack of clear regulatory information. Finding their registration details or license numbers is often a dead end. This, in itself, is a significant red flag. When it comes to transparency, the picture isn't much better. Information about their ownership structure and financial standing is scarce. Terms and conditions, if they exist, are often buried or difficult to access. This lack of transparency makes it incredibly difficult to assess the risks involved. Security is another major concern. Without clear information about their security protocols and insurance coverage, it's impossible to know whether your funds and data are adequately protected. This uncertainty is a recipe for anxiety. Customer service and reputation are equally murky. Finding genuine, verifiable customer reviews is challenging. Many of the testimonials that do exist appear to be generic and potentially fabricated. And when attempts are made to contact customer support, responses are often slow, vague, or non-existent. As for a verifiable physical presence, pinning down a legitimate address or contact information can be a frustrating exercise. This lack of a tangible presence further erodes trust. Now, let's address some of the specific claims often associated with Roger Bank. You might have seen promises of unusually high returns, guaranteed profits, or easy access to loans. These are classic red flags in the world of finance. If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. High returns are often a hallmark of Ponzi schemes or other fraudulent operations. Legitimate financial institutions offer returns that are commensurate with the level of risk involved. Guaranteed profits are virtually unheard of in the world of investing. And easy access to loans, without proper credit checks or due diligence, can be a sign of predatory lending practices. Another tactic often employed by dubious financial entities is the use of social media and online advertising to create a sense of legitimacy. They might use flashy graphics, celebrity endorsements, or fake testimonials to lure in unsuspecting users. But remember, appearances can be deceiving. It's also crucial to be wary of pressure tactics. Scammers often use urgency and scarcity to pressure people into making hasty decisions. They might claim that an opportunity is limited or that you'll miss out if you don't act quickly. Don't fall for it. Take your time, do your research, and never make financial decisions under pressure. So, what's the verdict on Roger Bank? Based on our investigation, the lack of regulation, transparency, security, and verifiable information raises serious concerns. Until Roger Bank can provide clear and verifiable evidence of its legitimacy, it's best to err on the side of caution. Now, let's talk about what you can do to protect yourself. First and foremost, always do your research. Before investing your money or using any financial service, take the time to investigate the entity thoroughly. Check for regulatory licenses, read reviews, and look for any red flags. Secondly, be skeptical of promises that sound too good to be true. Remember, there are no guaranteed profits in the world of finance. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Thirdly, never give out your personal or financial information to anyone you don't trust. Scammers often use phishing and other tactics to steal sensitive information. Fourthly, report any suspicious activity to the appropriate authorities. If you suspect that you've been scammed or that you've encountered a fraudulent financial entity, report it to the relevant regulatory bodies. And finally, spread the word. Share your knowledge with others. By raising awareness, we can help protect ourselves and others from financial scams. The internet can be a powerful tool for financial empowerment, but it's also a breeding ground for scams. Staying vigilant and informed is key. Remember, your financial security is paramount. Don't take unnecessary risks. Do your due diligence, be skeptical, and always prioritize transparency and regulation. The world of finance is complex and ever-changing. Staying informed and vigilant is crucial for protecting your hard-earned money. And when in doubt, it's always best to err on the side of caution. We've covered the important points, and I hope this information has been useful. Remember to always question, always research, and always be cautious when dealing with new financial entities. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.